the Oswegatchie Hills in southeastern Connecticut. What's left of a wild coastal forest on bedrock that rises above a tidal river flowing to Long Island Sound. The locals grew up exploring rugged ridges and valleys, splashing and scalloping on the river.
This place is like coming home to me. I grew up in the woods, and the sights and the sounds and the smells of being outside when you were a child carries through with you for your whole entire life.
By 2000, the forest had shrunk to just 700 acres. When residential development was proposed for the northern third of the Oswegatchie Hills, two grassroots organizations sprang up to protect the remaining hills and the Niantic River at their base. The Oswegatchie Hills Nature Preserve, established in 2007 by the town of East Lyme, has grown to almost 460 acres, protecting 2/3 of the hills for future generations.
It's so accessible to a lot of people, and it seems so narrow and so enclosed by things, but yet when you get in here, it is wild. It's just great. I mean, the hills, the balls, the rocks, the vistas, the quarries a blast. It's just, that's what I think that I find very unique about it, that it's enclosed by all this busy people life going on around it, but then you can come in here and kind of just lose yourself in the quiet of it.
The nature of the geology here. So it's called Oswegatchie Hills. It's steep, and what created those hills is this bedrock. So we have shallow soils on top of steep slopes, on top of a fragile water body.
While the coastal forest in the nature preserve has been protected from development, the threat of development still looms over the adjoining 236 acres.
The developer who owns this land wants to put high-density housing up on the ridge. That's over 800 units with paved parking for 1,760 cars and acres of impenetrable surfaces. So when stormwater hits those surfaces, it runs off, and it can carry pollutants down into the wetlands and down into the river.
The developer is asking for an excessive amount of housing to be jammed in to this sensitive place. And that's a real concern, and that's a reason that we're fighting this so hard.
The bigger the forest is, the greater the diversity is, and the more resilient it is. Once you start cutting up a forest, even by housing, you're changing the diversity drastically. If we get more development in the woods here, we're going to lose diversity of birds and mammals, insects, flowers, trees, and shrubs.
Preserving open space is important. Development is a fact of life. But if we could maintain these open spaces, not just for people, but for the wildlife that use it too.
We certainly don't want to see any of it developed. I think there's this sort of uniqueness of the environment that exists here is definitely worth preserving. It's not something that you get to see everywhere. Other places that are like this are like national park type places. They're preserved for a reason, and I think this should be preserved the same way.
It's unique in that it is next to a very important saltwater estuary, the Niantic River. Everything is tied together. We need to protect this, we need to protect the river. That's what's special about it. It's a forested area right down to the water, and it's a very rare opportunity to have in Connecticut.
If you destroy the hills, you destroy the river. And that's one of our big focuses for Save the River, Save the Hills is it's an ecosystem. It's together, and you can't have one without the other.
At Connecticut Fund for the Environment, we've fought battles like this before. We've helped save thousands of acres of water company land and helped protect the 1,000-acre forest in Old Saybrook, known as the Preserve. Now we're lending that experience to local grassroots organizations who've been fighting legal battles for 15 years to try to save the remaining Oswegatchie Hills from development.
Just take a look at this river on a Saturday and a Sunday especially. It is full of people enjoying it. Literally hundreds of people engaged in all kinds of water sports and water-related activity. Plus, the shell fishery in the Niantic River is well known all up and down the coast of Long Island Sound. If you want this to continue, if you think this is a good thing and that this kind of development could be put somewhere else to protect that legacy, do something about it.
You can help save the remaining Oswegatchie Hills and the Niantic River. Add your name to our petition. Join in showing your support for protecting these natural treasures. now and for the future.
Once it's gone, it's gone. You can't get it back to the way it is right now if there's more development that's allowed around here.